Hello, friends. Today's topic the report. Nobody reads until something goes wrong. Captain, the terminal is asking why we were delayed. The message appeared on the screen at 0415 hours. Outside, the sea was calm. No storm, no machinery breakdown, no major incident. Yet the vessel was about to miss its berth window. The chief officer looked at the arrival checklist. Everything seemed normal. Pilot card ready, cargo documents ready, crew standing by, weather favorable. So, what went wrong? That is the dangerous part of shipping. The biggest problem often don't arrive with alarm. They arrive quietly. One overlooked detail, one undocumented lesson, one assumption nobody questioned, and suddenly a smooth voyage becomes a difficult explanation. A few years ago, a superintendent shared something interesting with me. He said, whenever I board a vessel, I can casually tell within 30 minutes whether the crew only follow procedures or truly understand them. At first, that sounded harsh. Then he explained the difference shows up in small things, how information is handed over, how questions are answered, how records are maintained, how officers communicate under pressure. The vessel reputation is often visible long before the vessel arrives, and that reminded me of something far outside shipping. More than 300 years ago, people from different countries wrote about a leader they had encountered: merchants, travelers, diplomats, doctors. They came from different cultures, different languages, different interests, yet many of them described similar qualities: preparations, discipline, character, attention to people, attention to details. Think about that. When people who have no reason to agree reach the same conclusion, it usually means something is real. Shipping works exactly the same way. A ship develops a reputation, a company develops a reputation, a master develops a reputation, not from one big event, but from hundred of small interactions. A pilot remembers, a terminal remembers, a surveyor remembers, a charterer remembers. Most importantly, your own crew remembers. And here is what many professionals discover too late. People rarely remember routine success. They remember how you behave when things become difficult. I once sailed with a master who almost never raised his voice, even during pressure, even during delays, even during inspection. At the time, it seemed ordinary. Years later, I realized it wasn't. His calmness changed how everyone else behaved. The bridge became calmer, the discussions became clearer, problems got solved faster. He taught a lesson without ever giving a lecture. Presence is not about authority, presence is about influence. Now, let's return to the delayed vessel. After several calls and investigation, the cause became clear. A critical update from the previous port had never been properly recorded during handover. Nothing dramatic, no emergency, just information that existed in someone's memory but not in system. One small gap, hours of delay, commercial consequences, frustrated stakeholders, and a lesson nobody forget. Because in shipping, what is not documented is eventually lost, and what is lost eventually becomes expensive. That is why the best operators respect documentation, not because auditors requires it, not because procedures demands it, because memory is fragile. Systems are reliable. The same principle applies to leadership. The officers who earn trust are rarely the loudest. The master who leave the strongest legacy are rarely the visibles. The professionals most respected in this industry often shares a common trait: consistency. Same standard on a good day, the same standard on a difficult day, the same standard when nobody is watching. And perhaps that is the real lesson. Shipping is not only about moving cargo, it is about building trust. Every checklist completed carefully, every handover conducted properly, every junior officers mentored patiently, every lesson documented clearly. These actions seem small until one day you realize they have shaped your reputation. And reputation travels farther than any vessel ever can, because long after a voyage ends, people remember something else: not the cargo, not the schedule, not the paperwork. They remember the professionals behind it. The sea remember performance. People remember character, and leadership leaves a wake long after ships had passed. Thank you.